You are now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Feelin' Podcast Network. Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night, come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit, it's time for us to show off. It's been a long week, come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions, I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Makk, welcome to the Smoke Pit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is the homie Makk, aka your boy, and as always, I am joined by the illustrious Black Makk, or as he likes to put it, bred like a king, made as Kelvin Cately. And you have reached the end of the work week. And I don't know if everybody is able to enjoy this 4-day weekend leading into the 4th of July weekend, but I had today off, so I made the most of it. And then I plan on making the most of my Monday off as well. So I'm gonna try and get some rest, edit some stuff, get some stuff put out. So it's gonna be a busy weekend, but a very good and relaxing weekend at the same. If that makes fucking sense. But regardless, we're here, and this is episode. Where are we at? We're 40. What are we at?
47. We're 47. Episode 47.
We should probably do something special when we hit 50, huh? What we gonna do when we hit 50? What we gonna do when we hit 50?
You know what? I might sing. I might sing for the group. You know, just something. I've been on the singing. I've been on the singing gig lately.
Speaking of singing, do y'all remember last week where Black said he was gonna sing at this wedding? And
I did.
He said he was gonna live stream it.
I did not.
Did you? I missed it.
I did sing.
Oh,
I didn't
not?
live stream it though. No, I didn't live stream it. There's a reason behind that though. There's a reason why I did not sing, and that reason was the phone situation in that building was terrible for me. So I couldn't call anybody, and I didn't have the Wi-Fi. So by the time I figured it out, it was just like, fuck it, I ain't gonna do it. But there's video of it. I gotta find it though. When I find it, I will. No, we ain't doing no brackets. You know what? Since we are approaching episode,
I was gonna do a poll.
Since we are approaching, we're approaching
like
episode.
Everybody made a song.
Whatever. Fuck it. Do it. Pick a song. I will sing it. Just don't let it be some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta have a say in this. You know what I mean? Y'all just can't be out here like leave the door open and have me trying to fucking bring my voice and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, go ahead. Do a bracket.
I heard he got a mean Keith Sweat impersonation, so y'all might want to throw one of those songs in there. Yo, so shout out to let's shout out Black first and foremost. He posted a throwback of him singing. What was that? R. Kelly trying to sing about traveling during the pandemic. He threw that on the Dat Feelin' Smoke Pit Instagram, and that shit hit over 2,000 views. And I was just like, look at us trying to dabbling into maybe or maybe not. We may go viral with some stuff, but that's all on him and his beautiful singing voice hooking us up. So shout out to him. Expect more interaction on the Instagram and now he dabbling in the TikTokiness of TikTok. So we try to be out here and get our name across all this social media and stuff. I know we old. I know TikTok's for the youngins, but we gonna try and be out here and get our name out here and whatnot. But let me go ahead and talk about the sponsors and so forth while you out here sharing the links. As always, first of all, we want to welcome you guys here. Make sure to like, share, follow. And if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the DFPN channel. And if you're watching us on Facebook, just follow the group, follow the SmokePit podcast page on Facebook or the Dat Feeling Podcast Network page on Facebook. That way you can be notified of when we go live, do our videos, any kind of posts and things like that. So just make sure you check us out there. Big shout out to the top 3 since day one. Plugs Earbuds, gettheplugs.com. Wireless earbuds. Make sure if you order from them, use the code DFPN10, 10% off your purchase. Plus, you support the brand, so make sure you hook them up or hook us up while hooking yourself up with some nice earbuds. Audioswim.com for all my musicians out there. Want to get a track out there on all the major streaming platforms. Audioswim.com. You can do that for as low as $5 a track. And then also Premier Element UAE. If you're already out there, you got your foot in the door, you need some representation or you need some advice on how to navigate the world of business, entertainment, anything like that, they can hook you up over there. Premier Element UAE. Sure to go to premierelement.com. Shout out to the Bandcamp. Again, Mark Sox putting music out there. We know we're waiting on Black Makk's album to drop on there as well. You can join that for as low as $3 a month. Go to datfeeling.bandcamp.com. Exclusive stuff from Wiz's Beast, E. Smitty, like I said, Mark Sox. Who else I'm missing out there, man? I feel like I'm missing
Conscious
somebody.
Rhyme
DJ
actually,
110, Clint Taylor. Conscious Rhyme, aka the Hip Hop Chief, host of the Salute podcast. Salute to him, holding it down. Had an awesome show last Sunday. Make sure to check that out if you're not following his page, Salute Podcast page on Facebook. Yeah, so check that out, man. A lot of good music on there. And then join the Patreon. Tonight, we're going to be doing our $100 Patreon giveaway. So if you're a Patreon member, stay tuned at the end of the show. See if you get to win that lucky $100. $10 tier gets the 2 entries. $3 tier get the 1 entries. And then shout out to all the $1 Dat Forever who jumped in here in the Patreon beta. Y'all are in there with the 2 entries as well. We did not forget y'all. Day one's ride or die. Y'all get all the perks that all the $10 guys get. So shout out to you guys. And then, of course, merch over on teespring.com. Make sure to search Dat Feeling Podcast, see our store, pick all the good stuff. Shout out to Jen Johnson. She jumped in here from winning top contributor for April, right? Yeah, April or May, one of those. We got your coffee mug going your way. Hugh Hill, we're waiting to hear back from you, see what you want, all that good stuff. So just stay tuned. We will, not tonight because I forgot about it, setting up the Patreon thing, but we got the top contributors for the month of June that we're going to spin the wheel for sometime this weekend. So make sure you follow the page, stay tuned, turn notifications on because you'll probably want to be tuned in when we make that move and start picking winners for that. Okay. I think that's everything I got for announcements, bro.
Cool.
So. Let's go ahead and start with our shot.
Let's do it.
I got the frostiest of brown apple right out of the freezer.
I've been on a vodka kick.
I'm gonna need every cold. Oh, have you? I see you sponsored by Ciroc in the background there, baby. I see you. Like
Product
it's a Versus. Puff, if you're watching, we got you, bro. We got you.
We love you, Puff.
But
we love you.
Here's to the end of the work week, rolling into the weekend. Let's have a good one, my guy. Salute.
Yes, sir. Salute.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
So smooth, so good. So
What's
good.
it, lips?
I'm going to let you lead us into this first topic. Because you hit me up and you were just like, this is something that was touching your soul and you wanted to talk about. So go ahead. Let us hear it.
So let's go into it. So last night there was a Versuz, the much anticipated Versuz between Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown. Which if you haven't, I've seen Bobby Brown perform live. So my expectations going into this was that this was not going to be a very long versus, because Bobby Brown, once he gets sleepy, he is ready to go, and he did not fail me there. So they took an intermission. So what struck me during this whole versus is the fact that Keith Sweat, first and foremost, much respect to Keith Sweat. I give him a whole bunch of shit, right? But much respect to him, because he has some songs that he played last night that I didn't even know he had anything to do with. So they got to the portion where they got in the features, and he actually wrote a couple big hits from Silk. Who else he had on there? He had a couple people that he wrote songs for, and I was like, oh shit, he wrote that? I didn't even know that. Much so that I was like, I pretty much owe my virginity to Keith Sweat. I don't even know how to fucking feel about this shit. But much respect to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, much respect to him. So,
boy came through for me.
Yeah, he did. I was like, thank you, Keith Sweat. I didn't even know you did this shit. Thank you. My virginity is waving to you right now. Thanks. But yeah, it was, for all intents and purposes, like it was a good versus. I would like to ask the group who y'all think won. If you watched it, give us your thoughts. I think in the end, Bobby Brown surprised me too, because I knew he had like My Prerogative, Don't Be Cruel, Rock With You, Rock With You, and what else? The Ghostbuster song that he did. Those all came out. The joint he did with Whitney, I kind of forgot about, but it was good to hear that. And much respect to Bobby Brown too. And a lot of what I didn't know is that a couple of his songs, like Tenderoni, he wrote that for his daughter. That was it. So if you listen to the song now, I get sad, because I'm like, that's fucked up, because he wrote that song for her. So Tenderoni is about his daughter. Rock With You is for Whitney, which he explained that shit too. So yeah, shout out to Bobby Brown, man, because to have that career, to be heckled at points for calling himself the king of R&B, but he has some hits, bro. Bobby Brown has some fucking hits. So it was a good thing. So in the beginning, Keith Sweat was kind of dominating it, but towards the end, Bobby was kicking his ass, bro. You couldn't match nothing he put out. So overall, good verses.
So who did you think won?
See, here's the thing.
I think it was a tie, honestly, because like I said, Keith was in the beginning, he was just throwing out nothing but all his biggest hits. And Bobby couldn't match that because, you know, Bobby don't have like individual hits. Like, not that many. But once he started getting into his individual hits, he started catching up. Because you couldn't match for as few albums as he has. Bobby Brown his albums are good. His albums are actually good. So he was able to catch up once he started putting out his individual shits. So
I would have thought, from face value, I would have thought Keith Sweat had this in the bag, because he's just been a solo artist for the most part. You know what I'm saying? He got more albums with just his shit on it. Bobby Brown was springboarded into solo stardom based on being a part of a mega super fucking boy band, whatever, R&B group, however you want to call it. New Edition was out here, so yeah. On face value, I was like, Keith Sweat probably might win, but the reason why I wasn't all the way in is because I just don't like Keith Sweat's voice. Like, he's in a versus, but he sings, and I mean, he has his voice. He has his singing style, his voice. I never enjoyed a Keith Sweat song, but he has songs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bobby Brown is out here. I just hate the fact that we getting these cats so far out of their prime. for Bobby. Keith Sweat, he'll let you know, like he'll be sitting out here like, I still got it. I still got it. And we're just like,
bro.
Mr. Sweat.
Keith Sweat was up in there.
Keith
Sweat was up in that bitch looking like Eddie Kane Jr., bro. He was up in that bitch like he was lit. He was on that Ciroc. He was wobbly. Keith Sweat looked like Osan at 130, bro. Like he was out there. He was out.
The curfew coming up and he running back to the gate. Trying to get that yaki at the last minute. Oh man. I will say, I don't know. Like what was the how do I put this? What was the percentage of time that they actually sang along with the songs? Or were they at the point where they were kind of doing like Gladys and Patty where they were just like jump in, they'll sing a couple of words of the verse and then just let the song play and shit? Like, were they legit singing their shit live, or were they just like
Bobby ain't? This is where my respect for Bobby comes in. Like Bobby in the first half trying to do that shit, right? So when they went to intermission, Bobby came out, was like, all right, fine, I'll play along. You know what I mean? Like he started getting into it. But at the beginning, you could tell, like, I don't really want to be singing. Keith was like that too. So when Bobby started singing, Keith started singing. And then Keith was being a hater, bro. Low key, Keith Sweat is a motherfucking hater, man. Like he was trying to hate on everything Bobby was doing. Like, get him. He was always talking about the man's shit. Like he was throwing them sub. You know how haters do that shit. They do that sub jab shit. Like, that was cool. Like, you hit him with that. Yeah, you did that. Keith was being a motherfucking hater, bro. Like the real nigga in me was like, Bobby, just knock this nigga out. Like, right, real quick. He trying to be a little too pretty out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just jab his ass, Bobby. Like, real quick. Ain't nobody gonna hate on you for that shit. And then, hold on. Moment of the verses was the end, right? So then they brought out fucking Pleasure P, one, Tank, and Neo for Keith Sweat. So Pleasure P is like, man, I'm looking at all these comments. Y'all gotta stop hating. So I put it in the comments. I was like, boy, if you don't get your ass back over there and get that group together and stop bullshit, stop coming over here and trying to tell people to stop hating. Go get Pretty Ricky back together.
Oh man! But so they was in the comments, or they came out on stage?
They came out on stage, but they was looking at the comments because everybody was talking about, like, during the intermission. they did have some funny comments. It was like, where Bobby Brown at? He's like, he had to go take a nap. That nigga tired, bro. Like, he gonna take a nap. He had to go build an inhaler. Bobby Brown then took an Uber to In and Out.
Did nobody not think that this was going to happen with Bobby Brown? There's a reason that they're not bringing Jodeci on Versuz, because they know JoJo gonna get up there. It's gonna be something that they can't explain. They're not gonna be able to cover up. You know, he gonna be on that shit, bro. And I mean, I'm not saying Bobby is on it, but y'all seen how Bobby was doing live shows. You know what I'm saying? Bobby has been on tour doing all these things, and his shows have not been great. Reviews for his shows have been like, this motherfucker be gone off stage for not hours, but for like large chunks of time. And I paid for a ticket to see Bobby, and Bobby ain't on the stage. So now they do this.
When I went,
Keith Sweat. First, like, I don't even think these two should even. They're not even compatible for a Versuz. You know what I'm saying? They're not even compatible for Versuz. I wouldn't put Bobby Brown against Keith Sweat. You know, I'd put Johnny Gill against Keith Sweat. You know what I'm saying? Gerald Levert against like somebody out of LSG. Put them up against this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody from that era. up against Keith Sweat. Not Bobby Brown. Bobby Brown was different. He's a whole type of different music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He got that new jack shit. Keith Sweat don't have no new jack shit. Ain't nobody in the club dancing to Keith Sweat shit like they was dancing to Bobby Brown shit. So that thing was just off altogether.
But I will say this, like, because I saw Bobby and Belle Biv DeVoe in concert, right? Because they all performed together. Yeah. Bobby came out on stage in the beginning of the show and was like, look, once I get tired, I'm done. Like, he let the crowd know. He was like, we got until about 9 o'clock. Because after 9 o'clock, I'm tired, bro. Like, I got to go home. I got to go to sleep. And nobody was tripping off that shit. Nobody was like, everybody was like, I get it. This nigga's old now. Like, I got a curfew. I got to go be. 9 o'clock on the dot, the show was over, bro. It was over. That show was over at 9 o'clock. Because Bobby was like, I'm tired. Let's go home. Belle Biv DeVoe was like dancing and everything. Bobby Brown was standing in front of the fan and was like, y'all niggas can sing, bro. Like me, I'm over here chilling. I got this fan on me. It's hot out here. I need to go home. You know what I'm saying? It's time for me to go home. It's 8:30. I'm getting sleepy. Waffle House ain't open around here. Y'all don't even have one around here. I need to go home. Bobby wasn't about the shit, bro. Bobby was like, I need to fucking go home.
I'm like, I understand at the end of the day, Versuz is something for the culture. It's supposed to be for us to enjoy the body of work that legends in the game have done and have compiled and stuff. But there are some times where you're like, this is not going to be an entertaining show. And I don't know if it was entertaining. I didn't watch it. I do know they had another Versuz last Saturday. It was the Soulja Boy and Bow Wow Versuz. Did you see any of that? Did you hear anything from it? Or
no, I didn't watch it.
Boom, doo, 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 doo. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know. I didn't watch it either. But again, outside looking in, I would like to think that Bow Wow would have more hits, honestly, than Soulja Boy.
This is true.
And I this is just I'm not a big Bow Wow follower. I'm not a big Soulja Boy follower. Just a consumer of music on whatever was on the radio at the time, whatever 106 in Park was putting out. I think Bow Wow just has more hits than Soulja Boy. And this is going to sound stupid. I think Bow Wow is a better lyricist than Soulja Boy.
You're not wrong.
And I know it sounds weird me saying Bow Wow is a good lyricist, but I'm only doing that in comparison to the I am a pictameter rap style of Soulja Boy, and I'm not a fan of it. You know what I'm saying? He be talking like he don't try to. No. Haters get mad cause I got me some baby. Watch how I you look up at the bed. Like, are you trying to rap? Or are you just saying shit? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, you depend so much on the beat, Soulja Boy. Like, it ain't really lyrics. Shout out Clint Taylor. He's like, Bow Wow, a lyricist at all is hilarious. Like, I know it sounds stupid. Like, it sounded weird in my head when I was about to say it, saying that Bow Wow is a better lyricist than somebody. But I mean, if you compare it to a Soulja Boy, like if I gotta pick one, be like, who's the better lyricist of the two? It would have to be Bow Wow, and that's just my 2 cents on the whole thing. So Soulja Boy's a better lyricist?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Soulja Boy's a better lyricist. Okay.
I'm lying.
Okay.
You see? Even ants will do that.
I couldn't even keep a straight face.
Had to be over there. Looking at you sideways, like, is you all right over there?
Call Wiz.
What drink? What drink was you drinking?
Call Wiz's Beast. We need
because if you were serious, Wiz would have jumped in here off rip. Off the rip. I heard y'all in here talking ridiculous. No. But I think they announced another Versuz. I forgot to write it down or whatnot, but I don't know, man. Like when Versuz first came out, they were in their bag, bro. Like I still remember the T-Pain and Little John Versuz. I remember that. That is probably up there with the Raekwon and DJ Premier one for me.
Yeah.
And then the Neo and the John Garrett one. Like they were all of the Swiss Beats and the Timbaland one, the original Versuz. I was like, I like where this is going. And then all of a sudden they're like Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle. And I was just like,
hold up.
And then they're just like Earth, Wind, and Fire and who did they go against? Isley Brothers.
Isley's. That one was actually.
And I mean, that's cool. And that's cool as well. But I mean, at the same time, I'm just like, again, you know, it's like cats that we haven't heard in a while. I mean, I get it. If again, it's for the culture, you know. Hey, remember these guys and what they brought and what they contributed to music. Okay. But I mean, you had me with these cats with club hits where I'm just like, let's go. Like, I wasn't around when Earth, Wind, and Fire shit was popping. You know, like my parents ain't tuning into fucking Versuz. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My grandma and them ain't tuning into Versuz. They ain't got no IG. They ain't got no YouTube. They ain't watching this shit. I'm here for the shit I know, the shit that I grew up with. Like, yo, this is my shit. Like, that was me. Nothing against Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isleys. Y'all inspired so many people, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just like,
Give me Kanye versus Dr. Dre. That's the Versuz I want to see.
Kanye would wash Dr. Dre, bro.
What?
3 albums alone. Play them.
What?
Play them in order. He ain't gonna bring out Versus Fantasy. He ain't even got to bring that out. He ain't got to bring out no Watch the Throne. He ain't got to bring none of that shit out.
You wildin'.
College dropout, late registration, graduation, sequentially in order, washes Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre be taking the same beat and trying to spin it. Dr. Dre be taking the same shit and be trying to spin it, bro. Like, can we be real? Can we stop acting like Dr. Dre is just this genius on the beat? Can we stop doing that shit?
You wildin'.
He's wildin'. What has he done for you lately? What has he done for you lately? Bro, Black?
Go back and listen to the Compton album. Go listen to it. Musically, it's one of the, sonically, that is one of the best albums.
Registration. And I give him bonus. Kanye produces and he's better than Dre. Compton was only dope sonically because he had motherfuckers like Kendrick and other niggas who knew how to ride on his beats better than he raps on his shit.
Wow.
Dre is cool. Thanks for the Beats headphones. I don't even fuck with them though, but thanks for those. I mean, it's a look. Everybody in here, that would be a lit. Shout out to Solo. He in here. Shout out to him. That would be a lit Versuz. But Kanye would win. Not a complete wash, but Yeezus would get the W. Clinton here saying Dre, he had too many hits. Way too. What are his hits? From when?
Bro.
Y'all going back to the 90s? Kanye been out here. Kanye, come on, bro.
Are we forgetting what he did, bro?
What did Dre do?
Bro, The Chronic is a game-changing album. The Chronic alone is a game. The Chronic alone is a game.
College Dropout 8? You acting like College Dropout ain't better than The Chronic.
Bro, that's tough. I ain't even gonna say that.
I ain't
even gonna say
with
that.
This fucking nostalgic ass. You, bro. I'm here to say it. I know it's for the culture. Dre, the Chronic's a classic. The Chronic's a classic. College Dropout. Stop.
Are we forgetting?
Stop.
Thank you, Clint. Are we forgetting what he did with Doggy Style?
Purple Haze. He put Cameron was all the way the fuck off the map. Kanye brought all the Dipset and put them niggas back on the map. Stop it.
That wasn't him.
This dude was so cold. Stop it. Go look at Purple Haze. Look at all the hits. Look at, oh my God. Look at the shit Kanye produced on Purple Haze. Look at the shit he produced on Purple Haze.
Half of that was Just Blaze too.
All of these shits was bangers.
Oh my God.
Kanye pushed Just Blaze out of Rockefeller, bro. Kanye pushed Just Blaze out like nobody was checking for Just Blaze would be on some shit. Was Just Blaze on the Black album? Just Blaze was on the Black album. Bring that? But no, because we talk about their whole body of work, ain't we?
No. Kanye didn't have a lot to do with the Black album, and you know that shit. Kanye had like 3 joints on the Black album.
Was they bangers?
On the Black album, no.
Blueprint.
Well, they were cool. Lucifer was cool. Bro,
Kanye produced the biggest hits for most of the artists. R&B could be like, Kanye, give me a beat. Classic.
Yeah, Kanye, I'm not denying Kanye was in his bag. Kanye was in his bag. I'm not denying that. I'm not going to deny that shit at all. But where were you when In the Club came out? Where were you?
Oh, I was at Eglin. We was in the club dancing. But then College Dropout came out after it, did it not? And once College Dropout came out after that. And I put 50 Cent away. And then they wanted to come out with albums on the same day. What happened?
Yes, he washed them. But he ain't have Dre back in that time.
Where's 50 at? 50.
He washed them. But 50, when In the Club came out, listen. When In the Club came out, every artist that Dre touched.
Was that an original beat?
Was at
when you heard that beat, I was like, nigga, this shit again. I was like, nigga, this beat again. This slow ass dun 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 dun. I'm like, bro, Dre, we get it. This is your shit. Slow a fucking beat down. And like it's shit. And the club was nice. But if anybody other than 50 and his whole momentum he had, anybody else get on that beat, it's like, 50 touched any beat. Everybody was listening to that hoe. So I don't want to say that's just Dre. Dre is the reason that it was a banger. Nigga, Eminem had better tracks on 50 Cent's album. Eminem produced better tracks on 50's original, his debut album, than Dre had.
You are wildin'. You wildin'. All right.
No!
You wildin'.
Because we about to get into some shit. We about to get into some real shit. Tell him, Clint. Clint should know. Because Clint, low-key, is picking up like Kanye lost his shit. We needed somebody to take some shit, chop and flip some stuff. Y'all ain't fucking with Clint Taylor.
Clint is the guy.
Clint is top king.
Clint is our generation's Dilla. That's what he is. Clint is our generation's Dilla. That's who Clint Taylor is.
That's dope. That's a dope shit you just said. That's dope because it's real. Because the shit is true. What he just said. Y'all need. It's Clint Taylor on IG. Just how you see it on. How we bring this shit back up? You see if you're not watching the video, I'm sorry. But if you go to Instagram, all one word, it's Clint Taylor.
It's Clint Taylor.
Look that shit the fuck up, man. Look him up on IG. You will not be disappointed. This other topic is something that you wanted to talk about. This next topic is something that you brought up. And you said you got it listening to shout out to Sam Ridley and Marcus Palmer. Illegal Opinions Podcast. Yes, Illegal Opinions Podcast every Sunday. Make sure you check them out. But this is a topic because I heard the same podcast, but I want you to bring this topic in as well because I'm pretty sure you'll do it more justice than me.
Now, so ladies, I have a question. If a guy is inviting you on a trip to a tropical island and he's inviting you, he's paying the fare, what are your expectations? Are you going to expect sex out of this trip? Because this is something that came up on their podcast and they had their answer for it, but I wanted to ask it here because I feel like we'll get more engagement on this shit. But what are your expectations? If a guy he said, "Hey, I got you. I'm paying for the flight. All you got to do is show up, get your ticket. You know what I mean? We go kick it in the islands for maybe a couple days, like 4 or 5 days." Are you expecting sex out of this trip? Or are you just expecting a free trip? What is that?
Let me flip it until we get some females, some ladies in here to discuss. As a dude, bred like a king, made his Kelvin Catley. As a guy, you fly a woman to a romantic destination, all expenses paid. Are you, as the guy, expecting sex in return?
100%. 100%. 100%. Why the fuck am I gonna fly you to some shit like Turks and Caicos? First and foremost, like why would I spend my money to fly you somewhere like Turks and Caicos if I fuck with you? You know what I mean? Like if I don't fuck with you, I'm not flying you out there. So if I fly you out there, it's obviously because I fuck with you. And I feel like that setting would be great for me fucking you. Like, why would I not expect sex to come out of
it? The setting would be nice for me fucking you. Bro, but here's my thing. Could you not get sex for less? Like with that person, is that needed in order for you to get sex? Would you not be able to get sex?
No.
From said
that's what
partner
I'm saying.
Without the trip.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I fuck with you that much that I am going to spend money on a plane ticket, I've already put the reservations down for all-inclusive hotel. Like we go do some other shit. Like, you know what I mean? We're just gonna kick it. But if I fuck with you that heavy, I'm gonna pay for that. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna pay for that trip. We go out, we go kick it. I'm expecting some sex out of this. You know what I mean? Like that's just me though.
So this is in this situation, hypothetically, this is a person that you have not had sex with yet, right?
Right.
No sex has occurred yet.
Has happened.
So you're like, I'm paying for this trip. Sex is going to happen on this trip. Robin brings up a good point. She says, tell her you expect sex before you pay. It's not her responsibility to meet your unspoken expectations. What do you say to that?
I would pose this question in return. If someone does that to you, do you feel like this may end up in a sexual manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you expecting that? Or are you just expecting a free trip? Like,
Black, you pay for this trip, Black. Without having sex with her, you pay for the trip. You don't tell her off rip, like, we're going to get intimate. We are going to have intercourse. Sex is happening in Caicos. You don't say that.
Right.
You're expecting her to understand that sex is going to happen on this trip.
Yes.
She gets there.
I brought you out here. Here for the sole purpose of blowing your fucking back out in a beach setting. This is my sole purpose of getting you out here. Like, if I'm fucking with you like that, and we've already established chemistry enough to where I say to myself, I'm going to buy this plane ticket. I want this setting to be as beautiful, as tropical as ever, right? And I want us to get close to each other out in that setting. But also, I want to fuck the shit out of her in that setting. That's the goal. That's the goal. Like, I want to kick it with you. I want to kick it with you, and also I want to fuck the shit out of you really bad by this beach. Like, that's the goal, bro.
I want to kick it, but you cool as shit.
You cool as a motherfucker.
You cool as shit. EJ says, I think it's unrealistic and slightly absurd to believe that a tropical vacation is not an intimate experience together.
Exactly.
Here's where I'm at with that. Here's where I'm at. I am not flying anybody or paying that much money for a trip for someone that I have not already been intimate with, or that I wasn't getting the vibes that we were about to be intimate, like things were leading to that. Because I roll with Robin, like, if she gets there and there was no signs of us becoming intimate or any of that shit, and she gets there, she's just like, this is a good time, and she does it, like, now do you turn into the asshole dude? Like, bitch, I flew you all the way out here. You owe me.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Is that?
I politely cancel the reservations. You got to cancel them reservations, bro. Like, all right, cool. You know what I mean?
After you're already there, you're like, leaving?
Yeah, I'm out. Why am I going to be there? You know what I mean? Like, that was my purpose.
So like, how many days are you giving this trip to find the opportunity to smash? How many days? Like, you pay for a week or a weekend? One? It has to be night one?
Night one. It got to be night one. It got to be night one.
First night. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What is happening here? What is
happening? It got to be night one.
Black is out here.
Yo, it got to be night one. Here's why. Here's why.
Summer's in. Anyone accepting a tropical trip means she should already know that you are getting dick down.
Exactly. You get your motherfucking boots knocked. Night one. We gonna put the bags down. We're gonna go to dinner. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go kick it, explore the island a little bit. But by the end of night one, if ain't no smashing occurred, the rest of that trip is a wash, bro. It's a wash.
So you just ain't going, here's what I'm saying. Like, if it's that bad, bro, like, why don't you just finish your vacation? She can do her shit. You can be a thought out in the streets in Turkey and Caicos. Bring whatever local talent back to your room. Do what you feel you need to do. Enjoy yourself. And she could do her shit. Or nah, both of y'all just got to come home.
Nah, she got to go home. I'm a be a thought. regardless, but she got to go home. You know what I mean? Like, we've already.
But you only booked one room, so you just out the room. You just like you can't be in this room no more.
Yeah,
you got a whole person in a whole different country, there because maybe they just trying to understand you and feel you out. Probably, get to know you better before. Maybe night 2 or 3, they'll be like, all right, he's the guy. You like, no timer. It has to get done night 1 or you the fuck up out of here. Yeah. That's where you at.
Yes. Peace be unto you, my sister. I mean, you cool? You cool?
Sir, you are a monster.
Maybe we just ain't right.
Sir,
oh, well.
You are a monster. You, sir. You, sir, are a monster.
If we have time.
I hope you say.
Don't be in here gassing this dude up. I don't see the problem. If you ain't fucking, I'm ducking. And change your rooms. Shout out Coley jumping in here. Unwritten contract. Bend over. Bro, I'm not even mad. If y'all out here, here's where I'm at. I'm at a point in my life where I have had sex in less tropical places. So sex is attainable without this price tag. I feel like I should not have to pay. So I'm not flying anybody to fuck anywhere without knowing that I have already had sex with this person. Like, I should have to impress them with Turk and Caicos or whatever tropical Saint-Tropez, whatever, in order for them to be like, you know what, this is the guy I want to give it up to. I'll let him clap cheeks because I'm in this tropical location. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something for certain. It has to be a for certain thing, because if you leave the door open to uncertainty, you can't be mad at nobody but your damn self for being that fucking gullible.
I mean, let's be real. We're both in our mid-age years, right? Women know within the first 5 minutes they're gonna fuck a dude, right? So if we're at that point, and I spend it, especially at this age, if I fuck with you like that and I spend that type of money to get you out there, you damn right. I want to fuck your ass in the tropical setting. I do, and that's just what it is. I want to fuck you out here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want this to happen out here. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Stop playing with my feelings like this. You ain't expecting a goddamn free trip out of this shit. You knew I wanted to give you this shit out here. So if you come out here and you with the bullshit, then at my age, I'm obligated to say, get the fuck out of my room. Go find you another room. I don't give a fuck what you do from this point. Just go find your own shit. That is my obligation.
So in a situation, I'm looking at you like maybe you're a hopeless romantic, Black. Maybe you're just a hopeless romantic. I want the setting to be right. I want everything to be perfect for our first time. I want the sunset in the background, palm tree silhouette, and the sunlight coming into the room. As you know, we have the patio door open, the cool breeze from the ocean. I want all of this to be perfect. That is your plan, right?
Yes.
Why not just tell her this is what I'm in? Why not just tell her this shit? Because she'll probably be like, oh shit, I'm down. Yes. That way you know 100% certain. You can have the rose petals in the bed. You can have the ambiance set and all that shit. Like the hotel, the resort can set all that shit up for you and everything. You just like, I'm flying her here. I didn't double check with her. I didn't verify shit. I just know if she takes this trip, sex has to happen, or she getting the fuck up out of this country.
Yes, because this is what I'm saying to you. Listen, this is what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is really what I'm saying. This is really what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I brought you out here. I brought you out here on my dime. I want to give you the whole thing. Not the tip. I want to give you the whole thing. This is what I want for you. Right? So me making that action happen is me saying, I want to give you the whole thing. And I want it to be yours. I don't want it to be nobody else's. So come out here, and let's make this happen. That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay. Make it known and plan for it. The anticipation is Kaya, or I hope I'm saying it. Is it Kaya? Kaya or Kia? Either way. Kia, okay. But honestly, I'm smashing before I spend the money to be sure the dick ain't trash. I'm still if that's you gotta test Kia. Thank you. Wouldn't you want to know ahead of time if this is worth flying to a tropical destination? Because if you get there and she's just like, she ain't doing all the shit you want her to do, though. Now you super mad because you got sex, but it was like
smashing
on the couch sex.
Problem, though.
As a
that's a whole nother problem. That's a whole nother problem.
But I mean,
because if it's trash,
according to you, now she can stay the whole trip though, because she gave you sex. It wasn't the sex you thought it was going to be. It wasn't Brazzers shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It wasn't West Coast production shit. You know what I'm talking about? It was just, Skinamax type shit. Now you're like, well, she gave me sex. So per our unwritten contract, I can't send her home. So now you stuck out there with like missionary all 4 days. Now look at you. Look at you. Now look at your face.
No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking. We can work with that. Thank you, Coley.
Coley, get your ass out of here.
Yes. We can work with that.
I can't with this dude, man. Coley, you be out here gassing this dude up, man. You be gassing this dude up, man. Quit gassing up. Y'all gassing Black up. Quit gassing this dude up.
We can teach. It's fine. We're instructors.
How am I petty, Joanna? How am I petty? I'm just saying, look, I'm just like, bro, you can't. In 5 days, you can teach somebody to go from fucking novice to fucking where you need them to be at?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Don't ask me how I know, but yes,
here.
You can teach that.
Y'all out here wilding in the pitmasters be wilding out here, bro. So Keith, shout out Keith Ferguson. He jumped in here. What if she gets out there? Like, do you know her cycle? Do you know if period is coming up? She shows out there on her period. What's happening?
That's why you got to know. So if you fuck with a girl heavy like that, you know that information because the date's stuck in your head. Now, for irregularities, you got to plan accordingly. So you got roughly a week between this time and this time to bring her out there. So plan accordingly. Shower sex.
Kia is out here wilding. I would post her shit, but I know we're trying to be on Facebook or YouTube and shit.
We're turning it into a legal.
You know what? You know, fuck it. No. We're not going to be monetized. Nobody's going to give us some shit or anything. But here's Kia. Damn that. Nope. At my age, you better be able to make me suck your dick while I'm. Oh my God. Kia, you out here in these streets, girl. What are you doing?
Red wedding.
Shout out to Coley. Red wedding. Y'all are wild. I see that I am outnumbered in the whole, maybe I'm not expected too much because I will guarantee that when you come out here, it'll happen. Never in my life am I going to put that much money towards something with this expectation, not knowing that this person has the same expectation. Because what's not going to happen is a Kobe Bryant thing where I do some shit and then you'd be like, well, I wasn't really down with it. He raped me.
No, and I mean,
it's a possibility.
Don't go straight forward.
Like
you don't just go straight forward, but you send the signals, bro. Like, if you're not sending the signals, like, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you even doing? You are the person that don't need to be coordinating these types of trips if you can't send them type of signals. Like, send the signal well in advance,
bro,
so she knows that it's on your mind. I'm about to fucking destroy you when we out here. You know what I mean? Like, hip replacement surgery is in your near future if you come on this trip. I just want you to know this. And then let the chips fall.
I guess. I mean, that's y'all world. I just know I'm not paying no money like that for no trip if I know it is not guaranteed. I'm not coming out here with unwritten expectations. That's one of the reasons why it took me so long to really get into baseball. All these unwritten rules, like you can't do that. You don't swing when you're up by 5 in the bottom of the ninth on a full count. You don't, like, bitch, where's it saying in the rules? If it ain't saying in the rules, I'm gonna swing this motherfucking bat. Like, you have to let me know what I can and cannot do before I bring you the fuck out here. This is what I'm expecting. She's like, nope, I'm not really into you like that. It's cool. I'll just go by myself then and be out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a big pimping video out there by myself. Bum, 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 bum. Do, 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 do. I'm on a boat. I'm on all this stuff. All these girls dancing. That's where I'm at with my shit. Like, you don't have to come out here. I'm not gonna force you to do nothing you don't want to do. But just know, I'm coming out here and I'm gonna be a straight man whore in Turks and Caicos. I don't know why Turk and Caicos is the well, why we keep saying that? Like, there's not other spots we can go to.
Jamaica ain't no better.
Everybody just assume you go to the Caribbean. You just go to the Caribbean and be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's just like, oh shit, you going to the Caribbean?
All my wholeness is out.
About to be a thought. Carnival? During Carnival? Oh.
But don't bring me to Brazil ever. You want to see somebody not bring a cell phone with them? I don't want no location. Nope.
I don't want nothing. Nope. I'm gonna have a flip phone like Jax from Sons of Anarchy. And I'm breaking that shit after every fucking message.
No, nobody
meet me here on my way. Meet me here on my way. Yeah. Pick up another one from the fucking 7-Eleven or whatnot. Straight talk. All that shit.
Robin, I need you to teach me. Teach me your ways, oh Jedi Master.
Y'all know she be out here running a whole group, a whole organization of that shit over there in Tucson. Robin be on it. But let us get into more, I guess, not politically charged, but more of the current events going on around here. Everybody who is anybody, I don't care if you watch the news or not, you have to know this. Bill Cosby conviction has been overturned. The state of Pennsylvania. Your boy, Dr. Huxtable, is out here a free man. No. How we do it? Bill Cosby is out. How you feel about it, Black? You had a good explanation. You commented something in the group, but go ahead and expound on that. Because there's a lot of people who are super pissed and warranted, right? Warranted. But give us your outlook on this.
If they were not trying to smear this man's name and not trying to make him appear as a piece of shit in the beginning and went about this the right way, Bill Cosby would have been in jail legally. And I said this 2 years ago when he went to jail. And I was like, the way they went about this shit was fucked up, and it won't surprise me if he get off. But he actually went to jail. So there's video evidence of him admitting to some of this shit that he went to jail for, right? And if the lady isn't cool about it, the lady isn't cool about it. So that's point blank, period. If the lady wasn't okay with what he did with her, the lady isn't okay with it. By today's standards, that's sexual assault. But the way they went about it is they went and found some old footage of him admitting to the shit and convicted him of that old footage. They did no follow-up. They did very little groundwork to get him to the point that got him to jail. Had they did everything the right way, Bill Cosby would be in jail right now. So I don't agree with the way that he went to jail, and it didn't surprise me that he got out. Should Bill Cosby be in jail right now? Abso-fucking-lutely. Because there's video evidence of him being in that situation, putting himself in that situation, and he admitted to all the shit that the lady accused him of, right? Admitted to it. But they went about the shit completely wrong. Completely wrong. So am I happy he's out? No. I'm not happy he's out. Because Bill Cosby should absolutely be in jail for this shit. He should be in jail. But y'all fucked up and went about the shit the right way. Y'all tried to make him the villain in all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, destroy his image. Take his shit off of TV. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of him as a person. Because he was a part of that whole movement that they had going on. I agree with the movement, but the way they went about that shit was completely fucked up. And y'all allowed this man to walk. Now y'all got to live with that shit because y'all can't even go after him for that shit no more. You can't fuck with him no more. The Supreme Court of Pennsylvania said y'all cannot come after this man no more for this shit. Now guess what he gets to do? He gets to say, give me all my fucking TV time back. I'm probably going to sue you motherfuckers for putting me in the jail in the first place and give me all my money back. And you know what I say to that shit? He's right. Because he can do that shit.
Here's where I'm at. 100% everything you said. Legally, they fucked up. That is why there's a whole legal process. You have to do all this shit. So beyond a shadow of a doubt, you can get this man up in here legally without cutting corners, all this other shit. That is one of the downfalls of the court of public opinion. Riding the wave, everybody's on board. Like, yes, this man is an evil dude. Let's lock him up as fast as possible. Instead of knowing that he will get locked up eventually for a long time, if we take our time and get the evidence logged and documented the right fucking way. Public opinion is like, get him in jail, get him in jail, get him in jail. People are like, okay, he's in jail. Everybody's like, yay. And then now, legally, there was some polls and some shit they fucked up on. Now he is out. Now you're like, give me my TV time, all that shit. Here's where I'm at with that. What network do you think is going to be like, well, he's out, let's put the Cosby Show back on?
BET. BET gonna jump all over that shit.
We have the rhythm of Aquarius now. And
you said they could put it on BET. How many people are going to watch it on BET?
all the
Let
black
me ask
people.
you something, Black. Let me ask you something. When is the last time you turned on your TV and you were looking at the guide and you're just like, let me see what BET has on?
Only when they playing the 5 Heartbeats. It's the only time I watch BET.
I don't even do that because I could just watch that on like DVD, whatever. I give BET no ratings in my household. That's just me. I know people be looking at it like you're not supporting black. And like, first of all, the president of BET is not even a black person anymore. I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but it's a Wahite person.
Whoever owns MTV.
So yeah, yes. So I mean, if you like BET, cool. I don't even watch the award shows. I don't watch none of that shit. BET gets no play in my house until they bring back music videos, which they ain't trying to do. So it's whatever. I don't think anybody's going to put the Cosby Show back on air, which is sad because I love that show. I like the portrayal of a successful black family. Father's a doctor, mom's a lawyer, kids going to college, all that stuff. It broke the stereotypes of what black sitcoms were at the time, made everybody like, hey, black people can be successful out in this world, you know? But the fact he did what he did as a man, raised a certain way, I cannot approve the shit that he did, especially as a father of a daughter. If I would to have found out that Bill Cosby did something to my child, Bill Cosby would be dead. Once he got released, I would put hands on Bill Cosby. And that is what it is. And this rolls into the whole Brock Turner thing. Like, for Brock Turner, I think it's more egregious because evidence was there, and the judge was like, this dude has a bright future. I'm going to let him go. For Bill Cosby, it was like all the evidence was there, but they didn't want to go about it the right way. They were trying to just ride the movement of the whole sexual assault, Hollywood, men taking advantage of women in vulnerable spaces and stuff, which is a sad thing, but they rushed that shit, didn't go about it the right way, and now this man's back out in the street, and you can't charge him for the shit because of the double jeopardy thing. Like, you can't put this man back in court for this shit.
Right.
So hopefully everybody looks at this shit and learns from this fucking mistake, and the next time a perennial celebrity, America's sweetheart person gets found out or something comes out, accusations get brought up, they do their due diligence and do shit the right way. That way these predators can be locked the fuck up for the rest of their lives, or how, like a Harvey Weinstein. Like, this motherfucker ain't getting back out because they went about that shit the right way. Bill Cosby, they didn't. So I mean, it fucking sucks. We know the judicial system is fucked up. OJ's out here in these streets, and we know I am a strong believer. OJ did that shit. I don't want to speak for everybody. OJ did that shit.
No, OJ definitely did that shit. Nigga, when you come out with a
OJ did
book,
that shit.
This nigga came out with a book, was like, if I did it. Nigga, who told you to write this book? Who told you this? Sit the fuck down, because now you just look stupid. But on the whole Bill Cosby shit, so at the exact same time that Bill Cosby was going through his shit, the dad from Seventh Heaven was admitting that he exposed himself in front of minors, right? You know why no charges got brought out? Because he did that shit independently of a fucking investigator. Same thing as Bill Cosby, but Bill Cosby ended up going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, This is some bullshit. It's some bullshit.
Yep, 100%, man. I feel look, my heart goes out to all the women that he took advantage of, because the little bit of joy and whatever sense of closure they got when he went to prison is now gone.
Oh yeah,
and they have to live with the fact that a dude who took advantage of them is now out here in these streets, a free person. Like that has got to fucking do something to them.
Mentally,
I don't know what I
mentally
can
it's
say to
fucked
them.
up.
Like, you can't be like, yeah. Like, what do you say to his victims? Like, what do you say? What
You can't
is
say
there
shit.
anything he can do? Is there anything
No.
he can do? Like, I am sorry this happened. I'm so like, so now they're just stuck in this world where justice was not served for them. And it hurts my heart. Anytime justice is not served to victims of crimes, like that is when the judicial system has to look at themselves and be like, what do we have to change? What do we have to do? One, the courts and judicial system should be put more pressure on law enforcement and all the investigations and stuff to be like, are you going about this shit the right way? Don't bring this shit into court until you got the evidence the right way. Because we're not going to try this shit in court unless this shit is done right. Instead of just letting people rush shit up in the court and then you come to a fucking verdict only for the shit to get overturned later, to be like, oh shit, we did this wrong. Now we got to let them go. And then you just be having fucking felons out here in the streets. Not felons, but in the public court of opinion felons. Because, you know, once they get released, it's just like, he's exonerated. You can't charge him for this shit now because of X, Y, and Z. But we know he did it. You know, it's this shit is crazy in this country, man. This shit is so crazy in this country
because you have a whole group of women whose psyche is now fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because they felt like they got justice when this shit happened. They felt like due diligence was served, but it wasn't, because they went about the shit completely fucked up. They didn't do the shit the right way. And now you have to potentially, and I know like the women that had to see him on TV, like whether it was reruns or old commercials or whatever it was, his face was plastered all over TV. You know what I'm saying? It was plastered all over TV, so they have to see his face. And they have to be reminded of what
I didn't even think
about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to think about this shit.
I didn't even think about that.
It will fuck with their psyche. Now the headlines are, he's free because the people that you trusted fucked up. They fucked all the way up because they didn't go about this shit the right way. Now you have to see his face again on numerous headlines in the news, and now you have to relive this shit all over again. I'm pretty sure their mental is fucked, bro. It's fucked. And what do you tell them people? You can't tell them shit because you fucked up. Ain't no oops, I fucked up. Like, I can make it right because you can't make it right.
Prosecutors, DA, everybody involved in that prosecution team, I don't know what they tell the victims, because they came to them and provided stories, like relived those situations, that traumatic experience, relived it, telling their side to the prosecution to give them what they thought was evidence to use against them in court. And it's like, what do you do? Like, sorry, we fucked it up. I couldn't even imagine trying to tell one of the victims that as a prosecutor on that team, and then he gets out and I got to go to them and be like, so we messed up when we did X, Y, and Z, and now your assaulter is out, free man, with no legal title as an offender, a felon, or anything like that. Again, court of public opinion is a strong thing. Like, there's a lot of people, a lot of companies, they know supporting Bill Cosby is probably bad for business, but in the minds and in the hearts of his victims, like, what the fuck does that mean to me? Like, it's cool his shows ain't on TV and shit, but this man is out and about, you know?
Right.
And he's
right.
I don't want to wish the worst on Bill Cosby, but I mean, he's on his last legs. The man is like, ain't he like blind? Like he can't, like he is not in the best shape. He's not in the best shape. He's going to die in prison if his sentence was to be carried out. But he's out and about. He has more than enough money to live comfortably, probably go hide from the public eye and live his life out. But he's judicial system needs work. That's all I gotta say. It just needs work. And it sucks. 200 years in the making of this country, 200 plus years. We haven't figured this shit out, you know. But staying with current events. I woke up this morning. Now I think this broke yesterday, but
last night
you can't go anywhere on the internet, social media, anything. So one of the darlings of America last week, Sha'Carri Richardson, track star in college, went to LSU. She's from Dallas, Texas. Everybody knew she was destined to be great. She won the Olympic trials, the 100-meter dash. She was going to the Olympics. She's on the Olympic team. Tested positive for marijuana. After winning her heat or her trials. So that comes with a 30-day ban from participating in any official race or anything like that, which means she will miss the 100-meter dash events in the Tokyo Olympics. People feel some kind of way about this. Because everybody is real big on the and hear me out. I am a component of I don't think marijuana is a big. I think alcohol is a more dangerous substance than marijuana. But yet in America, we have commercials for it. We advertise it, all that stuff. We can't advertise cigarettes. We can't advertise smoking tobacco. There's thousands of ads about quit smoking. Smoking does this. Big tobacco companies don't care about you. They just want money. Alcohol companies are the same way. Anheuser-Busch, you think they give a fuck about your liver? You think they give a fuck about your health? Nope. Here's a patriotic Budweiser. Drink this hoe. Here's a Patriots version. It's a red Budweiser. Drink it. It's worse than regular Budweiser because it has dye in it. Jack Daniels, Crown Royal, so like everything. But nobody's shutting that shit the fuck down. Marijuana is this is someone who partook in it before joining the military. No ill effects. The most chill shit, I'm chilling, minding my business, watching a movie, eating. It's the most chill shit.
I low-key think I'm funny as fuck when I'm high. Like, I'm like the funniest nigga in America when I'm high.
But there are things where you just have to accept. I.e., I'm in the military. I feel like weed is not bad. The military is like, you're not allowed to smoke weed. I want to continue to work in the military, so I do not smoke weed. You're NFL players, professionals, athletes, anything. Normally, those leagues have anti-drug, zero tolerance, all this stuff. If you get caught popping positive for any of these banned substances, consequences will happen.
Right.
This goes with the United States Track Association, Track and Field Association, Olympics, all that stuff. She knew because she had a statement. She said she knew what she did was wrong, and good on her for accepting it and accepting the punishment. She's not making excuses. She explained why she did it. She's trying to cope with her mom's death, and all that. And the outrage and the responses from athletes across all sports is alarming. Everybody's like, it's just weed. Let her run. Let her run. Let her do this. Let her do that. She broke the rules. The rules are like you're banned for 30 days. They're not saying you can't do any of the Olympics, because I think the relays, I think she could participate in the relays and other things. She just will not be able to compete in the 100-yard dash, which is what she won the trials for. And it sucks. I get it. But there's rules, my guy. Like, you just can't break the rules and be like, oh, come on, man, it's just weed. Let her run. Weed isn't a performance-enhancing thing. I agree. It's not. So, like, in the big world, big picture sense, she should still be able to race. But the fact that there is an established rule that has been there from day whatever of track and field shit to now, you can't tell me her whole involvement of running track, her whole life, she did not know that this was against the rules. This was a risk that she took, hoping that nobody would find out. People found out, and she is admittedly accepting blame and sitting out. So she doesn't need people to stand up for her. How do you feel about it? Where are you at on that?
First and foremost, I want to say that marijuana usage should be allowed. Second and foremost, I want to say she dusted a whole field of motherfuckers after smoking weed, bro. She dusted the fuck out of them. So it shouldn't be that big of a deal. You know what I mean? But there are rules to the shit. And if she breaks them, no matter the circumstances, and my heart goes out to her. It really does. Finding out your biological mom died that way is fucking painful. Because she heard it from a reporter. It's painful. And you should have a team around you to support you through that. She didn't have that at that time. So she felt like weed was her go-to coping mechanism, which she admitted to. But you did break the rules. So according to those laws and how they govern themselves, yes, she should be suspended. But y'all got to do something about this weed shit, bro. Like in the world as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Aunt Boogie, because he's educated me a lot on the positive effects of marijuana and not just the negative shits. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all ain't checked out my homie, check out the Aunt Boogie podcast on YouTube. Subscribe to it, because he really do be spitting facts. You know what I'm saying? So they need to do something about weed in sports. A lot of states are making this shit legal. Yeah, she broke the rules. She should be punished accordingly. But y'all got to do something about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to do something about it, because it's not fair. And she dusted a whole field of motherfuckers, like, after smoking that shit. Gave them a head start and everything, and still dusted the whole field. How y'all feel about that? Like, what are we going to do about this shit?
She broke a rule, bro.
She broke a rule.
She broke a rule. Like, and here's where I'm at. If the death of your mother affected you like that, do you think running a race is where you need to be at? If you need to go to some substance or something out of the ordinary to get your mind right, to get over it, like, probably you should step the fuck back. But I get the pressure. It's like the Olympics only comes every 4 years. So if you step back and bow out, You waiting on another 14 years for the Olympics, for your chance to get gold, for sponsorships, endorsements, all this other stuff. So you're in place. I want to go back to a bonus episode we had when we talked about the officer that shot the young girl who was out there with the knife about to attack somebody. And we put the blame on her circle, her family, her parents, all that stuff.
Yep.
I would say her circle needs to be held accountable for allowing her to even do what she did.
Absolutely.
You have a whole team around you that got you to where you got, Sha'Carri. And again, like I can only imagine the pain you're feeling when you hear your mom dies. Your crew should be there to be like, are you good? What can we do to help you? You can't do that, or this whole dream is done. You are putting your dream in jeopardy by resorting to this. Unless she snuck away and did it herself and her crew did not know. But like, your circle should be to a point where if you're going through some shit like that, you should be able to go and talk to your crew, to your circle. This is how I'm feeling. Do I need to continue? Is this, and something needs to happen, because if your crew is 100% behind you to the point where they want to see your dreams fulfilled and you want to get this gold medal for your mom and all of that stuff, you can't do this, what you're about to do, or what you're thinking you need to do to get over this shit. Because per the rules, there's no stipulation, there's no exception, there's no, hey, well, her mom died, so weed is cool. Like, they're just going to look at it and be like, weed out. And there goes, you're jeopardizing your dream. You're jeopardizing the talent you have. You're fucking this shit all the way up. You know? So Kia, you're like, are you kidding me? You find out your mom died? I find out my mom died. My grandfather died while I'm in the military. I'm not like, do you not think that I felt some type of way about that, Kia? Do you not think this man who I've known my whole life, who passed away before I deployed to Iraq, mind you, I didn't feel some type of way? I didn't want to go and do some shit. I didn't want to drink and miss this deployment. I didn't want to not go on this deployment. You don't think any of this stuff happens? Like, everybody looks at one person. You're telling me you wouldn't react? Everybody feels some type of way about some shit. What you need to do is look at the bigger fucking picture, which is what I did. I'm there on leave with people who are smoking weed. I'm in the military. I can't do that because it's against the rules, Kia. So I don't do that. Here I am 10 years later, still in the military, making him proud. I believe I'm making him proud. Taking care of my family and still doing my job. I can mourn. I can take time to feel bad about stuff, which is the natural process. I didn't need to go to weed or some substance thing. Not everybody's built like me. I get it. Everybody's built different. There's ways for you to take care of stuff. If my goal is to stay in the military and provide for my family, then fuck it. I'm going to do what I have to do that. She did what she did. And here's where I give her credit. She's not trying to make excuses. She just said this and that. And a lot of people bring up Michael Phelps shit. I don't know if you could probably talk to it. Do you understand the difference between Sha'Carri and Michael Phelps, Black?
I do, but here's my counter to the whole argument. Both yes. of them are generational talents, meaning you're only going to see this type of talent in this generation. Like, she is our generation's FloJo, right? That's what she is. No, she is. She is. Hear me out. She is. She is our generation's FloJo. She she can break all types of records. She is still young. She made a mistake. People make mistakes when they're young. When I was 21, I was doing all kind of ignorant shit. You know what I mean? But nowadays you have all this pressure on you, and she did what she did. She owned up to it. For that, I respect her. I really do. I really do respect the shit out of her. But she was like, I made a mistake. My mom died, and it is what it is. I did my thing. And she, to her credit, she's the one that's saying, I will serve my time. And when I come back, if I'm blessed enough to compete in the Tokyo Games, cool. If I'm not, then, you know, I have to wait my time. She's owning up to her shit. I'll give her that. But with Michael Phelps, he had already won these medals, right? So there is no real gauge on when he got to smoking weed and then won these medals. There's no real gauge on that. So what I would say is, Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Now I was going to say Michael Phelps. He never tested positive for it like Sha'Carri did. Michael Phelps was in a video with a bong. So they were just like, yo, what the fuck is up with this? He was suspended for three months from any official U.S. swimming anything. During the off season, Olympics weren't coming up or anything. People are just like, oh shit, this man is on weed. He took all the tests needed prior to Olympics, during Olympics, after Olympics. No weed. Her shit is, you smoked weed prior to, like, there's difference to this shit. Like, pro athletes, especially in the NFL, this is why I get mad at NFL players who get busted on this shit. The NFL will send you a memo telling you the window of when you can be tested for marijuana. In a sense, the NFL is saying, if you want to smoke weed, it's best that you do it during this time of the year, because when this time of the year pops up, we start our testing. I have a hard time trying to understand NFL players who get in trouble for popping positive for marijuana. When you get that'd be like in the military. If they give me at January 1st every year, they're like, Sergeant McCoy, these are the times you will be randomly selected for a piss test. And I could be like, oh, so now I know between this time and this time, I can turn the fuck up. But around this time, I need to calm the fuck down. And then I just bypass that shit. And I'm just like, well, I know my piss test is coming up. I'm going to smoke this shit anyway. And then be mad when I get popped. Like, but I just track it. You have to know. Olympics is coming up. Olympic trials. You running. You have to know, like, before, like, you've been running track this whole time, Kari. You've been lighting shit up since high school, college, 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, all this stuff. You have to know they're going to come at you with the, hey, let's take this test. You know, there it is. I know marijuana is not a performance enhancer. I know that. The NFL knows that. But they're just like, you can't do it. The military knows that. Like, I'm not smoking weed and coming in and being the best fucking WD in the world. It's just like, you just can't do this shit. It's a rule. Okay, fuck it. I can't do it. You don't think I've been tempted to? Every time I go home on leave. Bro. Cousins. I be in their house. They trying to roll shit up. I'm just like, well, I gotta go. In the middle. Bro, I ain't trying to say no names, but you was at Eglin. You knew the motherfuckers who was on that shit.
The plug.
You knew. You knew. The
opportunity.
opportunity is in front of us, Black. The opportunity is there in front of us, Black. We're sitting there with these cats. They roll out the box, start rolling shit up. Me and you are both sitting there like what's that SpongeBob episode?
Everything follows.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get the fuck up out of here.
I know the smell. Yes! I know it very well.
I go TDY nowadays. We walk past clubs. We walk past establishments. The fucking dank is out in the streets. I'm just like,
full-fledged.
I love the song. I love the type of music. The vibe in that club looks amazing. However, I cannot partake in this. I must continue on my way. Kia, I will tell you right now, if I lose my mom, I will not smoke weed. I don't know why you keep asking me this. I'm not going to smoke weed as long as I'm in the military because this is how I provide for my children and my
military. And
yeah,
I got shit face.
Because that little bit of weed is not worth my house. It's not worth my house, my cars, the ability to provide for my family. That little bit of weed ain't it. So I mean, you could be a fan of Sha'Carri. I'm a fan of her. I want her to do well. I want her to be great. I'm here for Black excellence. A lot of people don't think that because I be like, them's the rules. Let me tell y'all something. Can it be possible? Can we live in a world where we can agree that marijuana should not be looked upon as something so negative and before the change, be about the change of rules, be about the change of rules that allow athletes to partake in marijuana, and at the same time be like, she was wrong for partaking in marijuana knowing that it was against the rules. Can those both not exist in the same thing?
Yes, they absolutely should. And that's why I said they need to do something about this weed shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not adverse to your performance. It's not. And the fact that she was smoking that shit and still dusted the film of motherfuckers is like, come on. Like, she was smoking like a week before this shit and still cleared the whole field. Even gave you niggas like a half a second head start. Like, come on. Like, when are y'all gonna change these fucking rules? Because states and counties have already said, you know what, it ain't that bad. Even Clarence Thomas, who I fucking hate, is like, maybe we need to look at this shit and be like, okay, y'all need to smoke this shit. Because the day that they say weed is legal on a federal level is the day Black Makk himself is going to become a weed head. I'm waiting on that day. I will smoke weed that day. As soon as the ink dries on the fucking paper, I'm smoking me a blunt. Best believe.
Bro, don't you think it's just weird how the government just be like, it's the stigma of marijuana. It's just the stigma, which is why they're just like, we can't have our people on that shit, right? We can't have people on that shit. But we walk into class 6. We have no limit on how much alcohol we can buy. We have no limit on any of that shit. How many fucking packs of cigarettes? We coming out of there with cartons. All of this shit impairs your judgment, hurts your fucking body, to the point where when you take your annual physical, they push so hard you to stop smoking because they know it's fucking bad for you. You got to stop smoking. It's bad for you. So why selling this shit in the BX, the commissary, and the class 6? Why y'all selling this shit on base if y'all don't want me on this shit?
Exactly.
Y'all got a whole A down here to stop people from fucking over drinking. Yet there's no limit on how much alcohol I can buy from the goddamn. I can go to the club on base, put a tab in and drink all the fucking liquor I want on base at a club. And the money that I'm putting into this liquor is going into the MWR, which is beautifying this fucking, all of the things I can get in trouble for if I indulge on, you sell it on the base. Yet the state, the country, the country is getting so close to legalizing this bitch because the government is finding ways to tax it, which like they do with tobacco. But once that shit happens, they're still gonna be like, you're not allowed because the country will look at it weird. Do you know? And again, shout out to Ant Boogie. The healing properties of THC, CBD, either or, how it helps the body heal and recover from certain shit. To the point where now companies are like just making THC infused water, CBD infused this, all that stuff to make your body feel better. Not even weed. The properties from weed are so helpful to the body. We are putting it in other things to the point where you're not fucking high as shit. But the chemicals and the properties of this are beneficial. But the Air Force is still like, if you drink that CBD infused water, you can get kicked out of the Air Force. What if I have PTSD? What if I have an injury from a fucking wartime deployment? All of this thing. No, we'll just help you in physical therapy and give you Motrin. This shit is so weird in the military. I get it. It's weird. Trust me, I've been in this bitch for 20 years. But I know there's rules, so I abide by the rules. That's all I'm saying. If your avenue, if your career has guidelines and rules, you have to abide by it. You have to abide by it.
Yeah.
Until they're changed. If they're not changed and you don't abide by them, do what Sha'Carri did, accept the punishment, and then just move forward. Nike ending behind her, which is probably a whole nother podcast, but I'm mad that Nike's just like, we stand behind her. But then when Alex and Felix was sponsored by Nike and she was pregnant, they're just like, you got to do all this random ass shit because we can't really be behind you. You're out here with a kid, all of this stuff. Like, so she just left Nike and started her own
that money.
And now Nike changed
about that money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at that. So there's plenty of things that play into that. But the bottom line is, if there's a law, if there's a rule, and there's a law, there's a guideline, there's a stipulation in the career that you want, in the field that you're in, you have to abide by that. And then work to change it behind the scenes if that is really something that you're looking for. So we'll see how that plays out. I wish her the best when Tokyo Olympics start. I hope she washes everybody. She should be the anchor of the 100, the 4x1. I don't know if she's doing the 200. But this girl needs running because she's fast, and I'm here for it. But we'll see what happens. I'm glad that she's going to be able to participate in the Olympics. I'm glad that the U.S. Track and Field Association ain't like, fuck it, you out of here because of you smoked this weed. Just 30 days, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at with that. Good on her. She owned up. She had the interview today on the Today Show, Good Morning America, or one of those, and she admitted she knew she fucked up. She's going to take this shit on the chin, become a better person, and move forward. And hopefully this opens the eyes of the rest of America and the Olympic Committee and all this other stuff to be like, is weed really is weed really a thing that we should be testing for? You know, steroids, yes. Performance enhancing, yes. Weed.
Get that shit out of here.
Let's go.
Get that shit the fuck out of here.
What? You're not gonna do a fucking thing. What is it?
What
Is
are
that
you doing? Yeah. Who the fuck is that guy?
Not a fucking thing. But that's where I'm at on that. I know it's not the popular thing. A lot of people are like, keep the same ending with the Michael Phelps and the Sha'Carri thing, but it's totally completely different things. The situation was different. This man never tested positive. They tested him. Whatever. They wanted to take medals after they saw the video. Like, he never tested positive for that. They saw the video. They're like, this man be on weed. Take his medals that he won legally after passing tests for marijuana and all these other things. Like, that's not how that shit works. That's not how that works, America. Calm the fuck down. Let this man have his 20,000 gold medals that he won swimming in. Is this motherfucker swimming in this Olympics? Or is he done?
No, he's done. He's done.
Right? Okay. Anyway, so it's time to give some fucking money away, my guy. You agree or not?
Let's give some money away.
So, final shots and thoughts. First of all, Patreon members. It is your time to see who is winning this money. It is time to see. I didn't do the wheel because we have way too many people in Patreon, and that wheel will be like, my God, there's slivers. So I got the names here. And as you see, there's double names based on people who are in the $10 tier or people who are in the That Forever tier, right? You see all the names here. Let me just list them all so you guys can make sure. Shout out to Anthony Massey, who just joined not too long. I think it was after last week's show. So shout out to him. $3 tier. We got my man Stewie, Christian Garrity. Got my man Goonie, Carl Sainz in here. Chief King is in here. Angel Vargas doubled up. Chris Reed doubled up. Brian McCoy doubled up. Joanna Gaines doubled up. Samantha Marie.
Don't give Joanna
up.
Shit.
Stealthy doubled up. Voop. She paying us, bro. You can't say that shit.
No. She don't get shit.
You can't say that. Joanna, I'm here for you.
No,
Joanna, I hope you win this money.
She be talking so much shit. Don't give her
Stealthy
shit.
is in here. You be talking shit too. We be in here talking shit. That's what we here for.
But it's my show.
Doubled up. Amanda Hoffman doubled up. Angela Brown doubled up. Jedi doubled up. Kay likes to play doubled up. Mikey P doubled up. Calvin Smith double up. Francisco DC double up. Look at all these. This is the shit I'm talking about. The dollar, y'all missed out. When we started this shit about a year ago.
For
$1, bro. $1. Get in here for $1. You get all the perks. This is what these guys are doing. KC Peacock doubled up. Apple McCoy doubled up. EJ doubled up. Lauren doubled up. Jennifer Johnson doubled up. Half of these guys in here on the dollar tip. I appreciate that. Day ones. We'll never forget y'all.
Ever.
So, I think how this works is I just pick a random name, and there'll be a name at the top of this list, and that person gets $100 from the DFPN network. Right? Let me see how this works. This is a new one. Who won? Did it pick? Where is it at?
So.
How does this work?
I don't know.
There we go. There's the winner. There he go. My man CJ Reed in the building. Chris Reed.
Dang,
gets the $100, man. So if you're watching this, let us know how you want your money. Let us know. Hey, he low-key went out and got the SmokePit VIP shirt. So I think he's the only one that posted it, but he went out there and got the $10 tier SmokePit VIP shirt in the merch store. So good on him, man. He also has I think it's this weekend. I got to repost the link. He posted in the group. If you don't know, CJ and his wife Brittany, they lost their son, and they have a charity to Just Remember 88. They have a therapist coming on, a specialist, to talk about the grieving process of losing, a child and things like that. So if this is something that you'd be interested in, or somebody who is going through something like that, stand by after the show. I'll repost the link in the group because it's something that him and his wife and their charity is hosting, just to get the word out and just to help people going through something that they had to go through and learn how to adapt to. So shout out to CJ, man. It's good to see you win. This is my dude, man, for life. So congrats to CJ for winning this. Get in touch with me. Let me know. Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, however you want the money. Just let me know, man. We'll get it to you, bro.
I do want to say for CJ, I respect the hell out of you, and whatever that you're doing, I fully support it, man. Like, your mission is fucking great, bro. Like, I love it. So keep doing that. And he posted something in the group the other day. He was like, I don't know if it's the place for it. The Smoke Pit is the place for whatever you want to put. So keep spreading that message. I will do my best to get it out to where it needs to be. Whatever goal you have in mind, bro. Like, I just want to support you because your mission is worthy of being supported. So I hope everybody in the Smoke Pit supports this guy's message.
Another way you can support his charity is I'll post a link, and there's a way you can set your Amazon up to be attached to a charity. So everything you buy off of Amazon, a portion of that will go to his charity. And it doesn't increase the price of what you're buying off of Amazon.
Right.
Amazon is doing that out of their own pocket. So order whatever you want off Amazon, and a portion of that Amazon will take out of their pocket to contribute to his charity. So I'll post that link in here as well. I posted before. I'll do it again because I know we have new members and stuff like that. So this is very personal to me. Not that I have lost a child, but how close me and CJ are growing up and stuff. So the pain him and his wife were going through, I felt it on a level that is, I've never felt that, So whatever I can do to help him, I'm doing it. So if you're looking at it like, Makk, you're just flooding the group, like it is what it is. Like, this group is here to support members. If you have somebody, if you know somebody who's going through something,
being supported.
Yes, if you know somebody going through things, if you have a GoFundMe for somebody going through something and they need help, post it in the Smoke Pit Podcast fan group. Post it here. Our track record with helping members kind of achieve a monetary goal to get somewhere. Not too long ago, Nick Smith was in here, Pitmaster Nick Smith. He was trying to raise some money to upgrade his costumes because he does cosplay. But the reason he does it is because he's with this comic care organization that goes to children's hospital, and they dress up in the superhero costumes to bring a smile to these terminally ill children, to just give them a day of just excitement and bewilderment. He raised $600 within half a day, if that, and it was all because of this group.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, my heart was on another level, man. And like, I look at what we have here, Black. Never in a million years, bro, did I think this shit would be where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Never did I think we would be doing shit like this, man. And this shit makes me feel good. Like, the year that we just went through where so much division and hate from one side to another and all of this shit. I look at this group, it's a fucking collective of white, Black, Latino, Asian, everywhere. Native American, like all creeds are in here because we make them laugh and shit, but we also understand the shit is real out here. And good, the fact that this group lets me know good people still exist, man.
Yes.
The fact that this group lets me know good people are still out here is fucking amazing. It's fucking amazing, man. Yes, that was a tear, Joanna. Your boy be feeling some type of way. Y'all be they feel happy with the shit that is in this group, man. Shout out to God. Shout out to the Pit Masters,
bro. It's surreal. It's surreal to know that we can affect shit on that big of a level. Like I don't take this shit for granted, and I always say like we are a year into this. We are a year into this. The Smoke Pit is a year old, and we've already affected so much, and that alone keeps me going. You know what I mean? Like there are days where I'm like, dude, like just me as a podcast network manager, like the shit is it's a lot. Like if I brought y'all behind the scenes, not a lot of people can do this shit, bro. Like, but this show keeps me grounded. It keeps me grounded, and it gives me a reason to do all of this shit because of the people in it. And I have no one to thank but the people that contribute to the conversations that we have, because we do have some great conversations day in and day out, not just weekly, day in and day out. And if there's something anybody wants to discuss, like you guys affect so much shit. Y'all don't even know. Y'all affect so much shit. We are one of the best groups on Facebook because of you. So I really do thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, for real.
100%. 100%. 100%. Yeah, like Coley put in here, 1 Charlie 5s, like that was probably the base audience because that's what we knew. Being in our time in the Air Force, but it has grown. Like I don't even fuck around with this shit. Like I have added people who I have not met personally based on our interactions in this group. I have added numerous people. And it's not 1 Charlie 5 stuff. It's because in my circle, I just want good people. And I feel like this group has good people. We may butt heads. And that has happened in this group over the last year. People have posted some things, troll attempts and stuff like that. But I feel like we handle the shit responsibly, or at least we try to. We want to make sure that nobody in this group feels like they are unable to say what they feel.
Yes.
I just need people to know that just be willing to discuss. Be willing to talk about the shit that you post. If you post something and people have questions or something, just be willing to discuss it. Just don't get super defensive. Because me and Black will do everything we can to ensure that the fucking conversation stays reasonable and constructive. And it moves the conversation forward. However, we will shut the fucking shit down if we see that it's going to be disrespectful or all that other stuff, man. So as long as we can be adults in here and talk about real shit, which is what this group is here for, embracing debate. A lot of people get upset. Like, I thought we were about embracing debate. Well, we're not really having a discussion in here when you're just not really listening to the other side of the fucking fence. But I'm done. Like, those are all the tears you're getting. You had about 4 or 5 of them that I had to wipe away. So that's all you get. That's all you get. And bro, this has been a dope show. Everybody enjoy your 4th of July. If you are so with the movement that you're canceling 4th of July and you embrace the independence of Juneteenth, good for you. Relax this weekend. No need to get worked up. We don't need to know you're canceling the 4th. Enjoy your time with your fam. And then if other people want to enjoy the 4th, let them enjoy the 4th. Just let people live their lives and be happy. Enjoy time with their family. Do what they need to do.
Real quick.
What's up?
For the people. for the people popping fireworks, be respectful of your neighbors because some of us have gone to war and that shit don't sit well. So pop them shits responsibly. Let people know you popping them shits and pop them responsibly. That's all I ask.
You see this comment here?
That's my bro.
This is the shit.
That's
like
my
we got 6 people watching. Like I know it's a 4-day weekend, everybody traveling and stuff, so not everybody is watching. But 2 people, like I could be cool with 1 person watching, and it'd be Coley. And then I see this comment here. Shit is worth it, bro.
It's worth it.
Shit is
you
worth it. You
made it worth it, Coley.
I love it. I love it. I see your comments in here. Are you trying to do a after hours? What's happening, Black? How you feeling?
I'm down. It's early.
It is. Look at us on time and shit. Look at us. It's only 8. We can talk about some shit. So yeah, Patreon, stay tuned for a link to join us on the after hours. We'll talk about it. We'll find some shit to talk about. We ain't even talked about as far as this show goes, thank you guys for tuning in. I haven't seen the newest episode. I haven't seen the newest episode. I've been seeing small memes, but based on what I've seen up to now, we can just. I'm down if you want to throw spoilers and shit. We could talk real world shit because I'm gonna watch it anyway. Like, there's no world is somebody gonna give spoilers for Loki, and I'm gonna be like, fuck it, I might as well not watch it, bitch. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch that. So Patreon, stay tuned for a link for the after hours. Everybody else, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Same time next week. As always, I am your ever gracious co-host of this podcast, Makk, aka your boy.
And I am the homie bred like a king, made as Kelvin Cayley. Thank you guys for joining the Smoke Pit for episode 47. See you guys next week for episode 48. Hope y'all enjoyed this shit. Till then, be fun, have love, make sex. Out.
Bro, I've been waiting for that closing statement since your rant, my guy. Where's this been? Where has this been? I have been sitting here like, why doesn't he use shit anymore? Why don't he use it no more? Now you want to use it. I love it. I love it, man. This should have been we could have had merch with this on it. Black.
My bad, man. My bad. It was perfect.
Oh my God. Y'all take care, man. Enjoy y'all fucking weekend, man. We love y'all. Y'all take.
Welcome to the Smoke Pit. It's Friday night. Come and take a load off. Come sit in the Smoke Pit. It's time for us to show off. It's been a long week. Come relaxing, get some laughs in, and let's talk about these brackets. And while we at it, tell me whose man's is this? Cause I got questions. I'm hoping you can answer it. Get ready, cause you know we gon' talk a lot of shit. It's Makk and Makk. Welcome to the Smoke Pit.